Good morning, everyone, and welcome to my loft on this December 15th, 2025. I'm Rusty Blackwood, and I welcome you to a new festive video for leading up to Christmas this year. Today I am going to be modeling a sort of what would be considered an evening dress. It can be dressed up for a very elegant party, or it can be worn very, very casual, just depending on your mood and the event that you're attending. So here we go. It is a basic black with a red leaf pattern on it. I'm wearing it today with a fur collar. It has slits up both sides, as you can see here, and here. It is very form-fitting, very, very comfortable to wear. This dress is from the Eyeshadows, I believe. It's been a long, long time, but I believe that's where the dress came from. The fur collar, the gloves, and the shoes today, which are just white, or excuse me, black lace booties for a fur collar that is sort of like a stole. You can see we can wear it off the shoulders. They are from SHEIN. Very playful. And I think I will just put it back around my shoulders because it is kind of cool up here in the loft today. So I'm just going to bring us over to my set today. We should maybe call these videos Wobbling with Rusty. I don't know. There we go. There, I think that's pretty good. So, get myself settled here. And so, I hope everybody is doing well today. This is kind of a overcast, sunless day here in Niagara. It's quite chilly. It is quite breezy. Great day to write. As I said in my last video, days like this are really, really good for writing. And so I think that I shall do that in a little while. And so, let me see. I had just done this video, and as usual, something went wonky in it. And afterwards, when I went to transfer it to my thumb drive to my desktop, wasn't there. And so that meant I had to redo it again, to try and rethink what it was that I was talking about. I know that I wanted to ask you to please excuse my raspiness today. I have a little bit of hoarseness happening here. I'm fighting a cold, been fighting a cold for quite some time. I've had a lot of sickness in the house here. My youngest granddaughter, Sarah, had missed quite a little bit of school. She had some kind of a flu or a cold that just would not leave. And of course, both her mother and dad got it, and they spent their time for maybe say 24 to 48 hours not feeling a bit well. But I managed to stay ahead of it. That's maybe the perks of being in the loft here, where I'm not among them downstairs, although we share the kitchen. But anyway, I just, keep boosting my immune and trying to stay ahead of things. And so far, touch wood, let's see here, touch the table behind me. It's helping me. And but I'm finding my voice is raspy, and so it is what it is, and I just hope that I stay well and I don't get ill for Christmas, because as I've spoken about in videos prior, that itself, I've had that happen to me, and that is just not nice to have to be sick at Christmas time. So I'm going to have a drink of coffee here. Wish everybody cheers today. I hope you're having a really great day wherever you happen to be, and whatever the time of the day it is for you. For me, it is late morning. It wasn't when I did my prior video, but now it is getting on around 11, or after, maybe about 11:15. I have a clock up here, but I can't see just what time it is. Oh my goodness, it's quarter to 12. And so it is what it is. So be well, everybody. Having my cold coffee. Set my coffee back with Passions Trilogy here. I am making good headway with the Perils of Autumn, coming right along with it, and the Perils of Autumn, or Before the Grandeur, The Making of a Horsemaster. That's the book I'm talking about. It is the prequel to The Perils of Autumn and Return to Autumn 1 and Part 2, and which makes up the Autumn Trilogy. And I'm quite enjoying Grandeur, because it centers on Cyril Landon and his life from the time he is born in 1913, just prior to World War I, and follows his life and his trials and tribulations, being born extremely destitute, and trying to find his way until he finally gets to America, and eventually to Kentucky as a head groom for Oliver Green, for his Meadow Green stables, which in time becomes Landon Lawn Stables. And so you learn all about Cyril and who you meet in The Perils of Autumn, and of course, by the time you meet him in The Perils of Autumn, he is very successful, very extremely prosperous, and extremely wealthy, and very, very celebrated as a horsemaster. And so to become a horsemaster, that does not happen overnight. And it is a long, arduous road that is taken to become a horse master. And you have to know every discipline, you have to know horses inside and out, all breeds. With Cyril, he centers primarily on English discipline, hunter class, jumping, show jumping, showing, and of course thoroughbred racing, and Triple Crown series, the whole 9 yards. And in the autumn trilogy, you will experience a Kentucky Derby, and you will learn, I think, a lot about the equestrian world. That is the backdrop to the series, but of course the series centers around Autumn Leaves and Cyril Landon. And but in Before the Grandeur, the Making of a Horse Master centers on Cyril and Agnes Harris to a certain degree, who is Cyril's best friend. They grew up together, lived one street back of each other, and and of course Agnes too, growing up destitute, trying to find her way. And I'm not going to give too much away, because then, that's, I want you to be able to find out for yourself, get copies of the books, and have a read and see for yourself. And but I'm up to chapter, I believe now, 43 in Grandeur. And the chapter is Alice Bowman, who was Cyril's first wife. He meets her 3 months after he arrives at Meadow Green Stables for Oliver Green, and she becomes Cyril's first wife. And you learn about her. She's a horsewoman. She grew up with horses, is extremely knowledgeable, very accomplished. And so first and foremost, that is the connection that she and Cyril have, and she's certainly not afraid to work hard, and like Cyril, and he admires that very much. And so they get together, and so I'm like reviewing The Perils of Autumn myself, so that I can learn everything I need to know about Alice, and so that I can write her in Grandeur, so that she is going to become a very interesting character for you to read about. And then of course you will touch base with her a little bit in The Perils of Autumn. And so, whereas The Perils of Autumn centers on autumn leaves, a registered nurse who is sent to Landon Manor to care for Cyril Landon's terminally ill wife. And so that's how they meet. And so I'm enjoying writing Grandeur very, very much. It took me a while to get settled down over the last few years with all the ridiculous disruptions that were going on and setbacks. Every time I would sit down to try to write, it would be something, one thing or another. And if I could have a do-over again, I would just erase all that happened. Not the friendship, but because of the friendship, some ridiculous things that happened. And maybe not ridiculous to some of the people that it revolved around, but for me, it was just something that I wish, if I could change it, I would. And so, but life is life, and you have to accept life and what life throws at you and just do the best that you can. And so, I'm looking forward to Christmas, even though this is the first Christmas since my brother's passing on the 27th of December of last year. This coming 27th will mark 1 year anniversary. And it's been, for me, it's been hard coming to terms with my brother's passing. Rick and I were each other's only sibling, and we were very, very close. Not maybe so much when we were little. Like Rick was 6 years older than me, and almost 6 years older. And when we were kids, I suppose I was underfoot. I was always kind of bugging him and running around behind him, and the typical little sister, constant questions and, Ricky, listen to me, pay attention to me, blah, blah, blah. And he was pretty good about it all until finally enough was enough, and it would be like, why don't you go and find something to do, go and play, like leave me alone, I'm thinking. And but by the time I got into my early teens, my brother was leaving his teens, and but we had become very, very close. I suppose a lot of that too was our family band, the Midnight Ramblers. Rick was one of the founding members of that, and I joined that band when I was 13. I would come up and sing a couple of songs twice a night, but I wasn't on stage all the time, only when I would go up to sing. And but then when I was 14, Rick started to teach me guitar, and by the time I was 15, I was playing guitar all the time on stage. And I think I could be mistaken there. I think I was 14 when I was then on stage full time with the boys, with the band, and which were all my family. We were all cousins to each other. Rick and I, brother and sister, and our dad Jim, and Dad's twin brother Bill's 3 boys, Harold, Lloyd, and Alec, who, all brothers and our first cousins. And so that was the Midnight Ramblers, and there were different people over the years that played with us, but the core members of that band were all family, close family. And then when I was 20, I learned bass, and I became bass guitarist for the family band, and then later with Mirage as well. And for an instrument that was not my choosing to learn, I was just the designated one that was chosen to learn to play bass. The young man we had playing bass when I was 20 was a young man that I was dating at that time, and but he was going to be leaving to go to college in Toronto, and he was a guitar teacher. He taught guitar and he taught bass, and so he taught me to play bass, and for something, as I say, that wasn't my choice to learn, I loved bass. I became a good bassist, and even to this day, and I love bass, and I love to play. I haven't played for quite some time, but it's like anything. It's like learning to ride a bike. Sometimes you can get a little out of practice, but you never forget. And you just get on it and you ride. And so, as I say, this Christmas is going to be a bit sad, and I haven't decorated like I normally do. I have my tree up here, very very simple, nothing overly done on it. It's very very simple. It's just all silver and white with burgundy velvet ribbon, and I have some lights, as you can see, on my staircase going downstairs, and just little touches here and there of the season. And I mean, I'm an interior decorator by trade, and the main rule in decor is less is more. And I sometimes think that these people that just, oh, it's everything. It's a menagerie of colors and fabrics and lights and razzle dazzle wherever you look. They obviously don't know that less is more. But to each their own. That's my opinion, of course, because of my training. But and I do. I like things simple, and I like things elegant and coordinated, of course, and a theme. But as long as you celebrate, it's the main thing, because we are celebrating the birth of the most majestic, wonderful happening in person that we could ever hope to be celebrating. And so, and I hope that everyone keeps that in mind. It's the reason for the season is Jesus Christ, and not all the hoopla that a lot of people, the commercial value of it and everything like that. Presents are nice, of course, and I give gifts to my family, and we exchange gifts, but our celebration is Christ, and our celebration is also being together and enjoying each other. And so it was also my mother's birthday was December 25th, and there's not a day, not a year goes by that I don't, on Christmas Day, since my mother's passing, that I don't think of her. And I don't I also celebrate her, and I always will. I asked her one time what it was like. I said, like, you must have kind of got, well, I don't want to say cheated, but like lost in the shuffle of things. And she said, well, I never ever really thought about it, but she said, because I didn't know any different. It was Christmas Day, and it was also my birthday. And she said her mother always made her birthday gift special and away from the tree, in an area in the dining room or something away from the tree. And her birthday gift would be wrapped in flowery paper or something, nothing to do with Christmas at all. And but Mom said, when I think about it, she said, I was very fortunate to be able to share my birthday with who I share it with. And so she said, in that respect, it was kind of nice to be born on December 25th. But whenever she would be down here with me after I moved here to Niagara, I would always make it very, I remember what she told me, what her mother did, and I always would do the same thing. I would have Mom's Christmas gift under the tree, and her birthday gift I would wrap in flowery paper or something that had nothing to do with the Christmas season at all, and keep it away in another area in the house until later morning or whatever. And then I would have Mom's birthday. And I wouldn't always have a birthday cake, but at least I would celebrate her birthday away from the tree, and then that to make it as special as I could. I think the year she turned 90, I did do a birthday cake for her. It had nothing to do with fruit cake or anything. I forget what kind it was now that I made, but because that's quite some time ago now. But she enjoyed it. She really did, and I'm happy that I was able to do that for her. You know, my mom's been gone now 10 years, and in many ways it just seems like yesterday. But she's not far away, nor Dad, nor Rick, and I know they're with me, and that is comforting to know. And so, anyway, I think I'm going to close this video. I like doing these little festive videos for y'all. It's quite fun, and it just gives maybe a little added entertainment than what I normally do each year before Christmas when I do a Christmas video. So I'm having fun doing these, and I hope that you are enjoying me doing them. And I'd like some more comments if I could possibly have them. Put them down below and let me know. Let me know if you enjoy the dress today, what you think of it, if you enjoy it, and maybe some of the things that I talk about. You can always, if you've got questions for me or you'd like to ask me whatever, you want to talk about something and get my response to that or whatever, please feel free to partake in that in the comment section below. And so I'm going to go for today, and hopefully this video takes this time. I'm sure it will. I've had that happen before, and it doesn't take, and I redo it and everything is fine. And so I'm going to ask you to like this video. Please share it around on your media, and please comment if you would be so kind, and subscribe to my channel. Help me grow my numbers. I thank all of you who have subscribed to my channel, and I welcome all of you in advance who will. It means a lot. I enjoy doing these videos, and it's a way to keep in touch. When you're a writer, it's really one of the only ways you have of keeping in touch with your readers in this type of a concept, where you're talking to whoever is on the other side of the screen here. So, as my little great-grandsons and I say, peace and love be with all of you today and every day. I'll be back again soon with a new festive video. So until then, be well everybody. Take care, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.